Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the channel. So if you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, thanks. Anyway, this is going to be part 2 of starting your own business, analyzing some franchises, discussing why they're good or not good, because it ended up going on too long on part 1, so we had to cut it off. But we still got a lot of franchises and businesses to look at and discuss whether these are good investments or not, and what you can do on your own without investing all this money. So let's go back and let's review some more of these franchises. If you missed part 1, go ahead and go back and look at it, because I'm not going to repeat myself all over again for those who are coming back. That's not fair to them. So go back and look at part 1 if you missed it. All right, so let's go back. We are looking at franchise.com, okay? So where we left off was this Repair Hello USA. And I'm going to go up here and look at this. Repair US Hello. Is it Hello? Repair Hello? Repair Hello USA franchise. All right, let's look at this. Let's see if it turns in here or not. Uno Repair USA franchise. Let's see what it says. And it's taking me back to the same place. Okay, growing device repair. So basically, this looks like it repairs affordable, convenient service. I guess they're repairing broken phones, that's all? Broken phones? I mean, how many people have broken phones? So let's look at this a minute. 50,000. Okay, now the price is pretty good. I guess it's because you're getting that truck with it. Is what you're investing in, is the truck. Personally, I don't think this is a good idea. For several reasons, it should include more than just a phone. I mean, if you're gonna you're gonna travel to people's homes and fix things. Let's discuss why this is not a good deal. This is not a good deal because you can do this cheaper. You can go buy a nice truck and put a little magnet sign on the side. And if you got the skill to go and fix mobile phones and computers or anything like that, you can set this business up just on your own. You could do it with the car that you have. You don't even really need it. You could do it with a little Humvee. I mean, as long as everything fits in that car, you can do it. This is like way overpriced, and not that many people have broken phones, seriously. But I do like the idea of it being mobile. Some of these things I have no idea what they're about, so I can't really comment on them, but if anybody else knows, that's fine. All right, we talked about the personal fitness thing again on the last video, so I don't want to go over that again. So if you missed that, this is not a good deal. I think it's way overpriced, and you can go back and watch that video. We talked about why and what you can do to do this without having the name. Like I said on the last video, a lot of these you're just paying for the name, and if they're really well-known names, then that makes sense, okay? But some of these places I never even heard of. So some of these prices are not that bad, but I think you can do them cheaper. All right, now let's see. Mobility Plus. It provides services for 65 and older with disabilities. And this one sounds pretty good. Let's look at this. Mobility Plus franchise. Mobility Plus franchise. All right, let's see what it says here. Own a Mobility Plus franchise. What exactly are you going to be doing? Top quality. I mean, it does sound like a pretty good deal here. But what exactly are you going to be doing? Oh, you're selling scooters? That's what it looks like you're going to be doing. So what you're paying for with this capital 50,000 is you're paying for the actual store. Can you do this cheaper? I think you could do it cheaper. Just don't buy the store. Find a different place to set it up. You know, if you have enough room on your land and you can do this in your backyard where you don't have to spend retail space, right? I mean, that's what's costing you here, 50 grand. Because that is a good idea. I just don't, I try to look for ways of doing this cheaper. And this is actually a great idea, but you could buy these and sell them somewhere where you don't have to spend room for showroom options, because that's really what you're paying for. You can find a way to sell this stuff without spending money on the retail space. That's how you want to do that. Okay, let's see. Buy one or two at a time instead of like 20 of them at a time. You know, have them all in flyers or brochures, and when they're ready to buy it, let them buy it and do it that way. But most places, you're right, want to sell wholesale. You have to buy more than one, but that would be ideal if you could do it that way. All right, mosquito squad. This seems awful high too. I don't think. I do know people that do like treating these kinds of things. Mosquito squad. You might be paying for the truck again, and the name. Squad franchise. All right. Franchise. Now let's look at this. Okay. Investment info. Traveling and living expenses while training. Operations outfitting. Truck. Okay, so they're saying the truck is only $4,000. Computer systems, the software, inventory. Some of that, yeah, I get it. This seems a little extreme. It seems like you could do this a little cheaper than this. But this would be a good business, and I think you could do this cheaper. You just buy the chemicals or whatever it is, and you put the sign up on your truck. So they're saying, I mean, if you could do it without all this additional funds right here, for one. Some of this is, like, the insurance seems a little overpriced. I don't, I'm thinking, what did they say it was on here? 50? Yeah, 50 sounds about more realistic in that. But I think you could do it cheaper if you didn't go through them. But this is a good idea too. Now, training dogs. Zoom Room is a dog training gym. And you definitely could do it cheaper than 100 grand. Okay? You could have a backyard. You could have, and this is if you know how to train dogs. You could just have, if you got enough room in your backyard, I mean, just train them in the backyard. I don't know why. I guess it's the retail space that's $100,000, because I don't understand that. I have met people that train police dogs outside in their backyard, and I'm sure they don't spend that kind of money investing in it. Now, they do spend some. They probably spend maybe under 50, because they have to put the dogs in cages and they have to buy the equipment to train the dogs and stuff like that. But still, 100 grand, that's too high. Okay, look, Honest Ray Roofing. Okay, are you a roofer? Do you need 50 grand to become a roofer? You can become I've met plenty of guys that do, not women. I haven't met any women roofers as of yet. I meet a lot of guys that do roofing, and I know they have not, maybe 20 grand, something like that. You know, because if you got to pay laborers, you got to fork out some money to pay your people to get up on these roofs. You do have to spend some money into your roofing equipment, your roofing supplies, and you have to have insurance in case somebody falls off a roof. And they only pay these roofers $15 to $20 an hour. They don't pay them a lot of money. All the roofers that I've ever met don't get paid a lot. They are the people that own these businesses, they contract them out. All right, visiting angels. I have actually applied for a job there, and I don't know. I mean, 100,000 seems right because I do believe it's for the space. I don't know if people live in these. I think you go to their houses though. I signed up for a job and we had to go to people's houses. Home-based assisted living. So if people are living in these places, that makes absolutely perfect sense. I mean, it would be. I feel like that would be appropriate. If you got 20 people living in a home, I mean, 100,000 sounds about right for that. And I don't know how you could do that cheaper unless you're a nurse and you're a CNA and you're going to their house and you're doing some assisted living. You can go do that with them, by the way. You can sign up for visiting angels if and it with some stuff, CPR and a few shots, and you can go and help people in their homes, help out the senior citizens, and they will give you a good $25 an hour. But that's off the topic here. That's a different job. So, Healthier for You vending is another one we already talked about. I think they got two of them. They have another one up here too. No, Healthier for You. I thought they had, yeah, Healthy You vending, and then we got another one down here called Healthier for You vending. So both of them are pretty much the same thing. Now with that, you're going to have to find your own location of where you want to put the vending machines. And basically this money is going to go towards the vending machines. I don't know how many vending machines. So this is saying Chicago pizza is 150. Now I know plenty of people that make pizza and have had pizza businesses for less than 150,000. I don't believe it takes that much money. If it does, please correct me in the below. All right, Tread Connection Automotive Service. I have an uncle that owns an automotive service. He does it out of his garage. He started when he was 17 or 18. He does mechanics and he works on his own. And he's been doing it his whole life. And he didn't need that much money. If you like working on cars, I actually have two uncles that like working on cars. One of them has had his own business since he was 17 and out of his garage. He's built it up now. I think he's actually bought a space for two cars now. But you can work it up where you don't need 50 grand. I'm sure there's plenty of other mechanics that if they're watching this can say the same thing. Our Apricot Lane Boutique, 80 grand, no way. I don't buy that either. You could do that out of your basement and sell clothes. I know plenty of people that do it out of their basement. They sell it online, and they'll have little, what do you call it? Parties, and they'll show off the clothes in their house. They'll go somewhere else and rent out a space and show off the clothes, have fashion shows. You don't need no $80,000 for that. I've never even heard of this boutique place. Pool Works, 50 grand. Now that might be about accurate, actually. This is pretty popular in places that have a lot of pools, and Florida is definitely one of them. So pool businesses, yeah, I mean that could be pretty accurate because of the chemicals, and you're gonna have to have a retail spot. And if you don't have a retail spot, maybe you can do it in your basement, but you got to remember these are a lot of chemicals for the pools, and if you got children in the house now, that kind, or older people in the house, you don't want to have all these chemicals for the pools sitting around. So I do think this one is pretty accurate, probably about 50 grand. It would be nice if it could get it down to about 25 grand, rent a smaller space. But where you live, like if you live in like a Florida area or maybe even California where they have a lot of pools, that would work. Pool work. View air. Franchise report. Let's see. Let's look at this one. What are you paying for this pool works? I'm betting most of it is the retail spot. Okay, starting a new mobile franchise. There you go. I mean, yeah, there you go. But you guys still got to have a place to. You still got to have a place to store these chemicals. So anyway, you can check this out if you're interested. This sounds like a pretty good business to me. I don't know if you can do it any cheaper. You might want to look into doing it cheaper because it still seems pretty high. If you go without the, if you do it on your own, buy the chemicals wholesale, have a little retail spot and store the chemicals. You could buy a truck or a van and put a magnet on the side instead of all this flashy stuff. And I think you could get it down to about 20. You know, just buy a smaller retail place to store the chemicals, buy the chemicals, and then, you know, you could do it mobily if you wanted. Yeah, which makes sense because you got to go to their homes, right? So you really don't even need all this huge retail spot here to spend because that's what you're going to be spending your money on. You don't really even need that because you got to go and service their pool anyway, you know? So you could find a place cheaply to store these chemicals. I don't know if you can do it in a storage unit or not. I don't know I don't know all the rules on these chemicals, but you would have to find that out. You might have to have air for some of these chemicals, so you would have to find that out. But yeah, this would be something I would invest in for sure. I would not invest through this because I think it's too high. I think you can do it cheaper. All right, moving on. My lab, 150. I don't know, for you people you eye doctors out there, this seems pretty high to me. Do it yourself without getting the iLab name. A D1 is another one. What is it with these gyms? I mean, they're like way overpriced. Really, seriously. $250,000. You can work your way up. Go get your certifications and do it yourself in the basement. Just make sure you have some insurance in case somebody tries to sue you when they get hurt. Make sure they sign a contract when they come in and do these personal training sessions so they don't try and sue you when they get hurt. All right, Snagglefoot pet sitting. Now, I used to have a pet sitting business, and I was doing pretty good. And let me tell you, I did not invest 50 grand. What I did was find me a mentor with a good contract, and she taught me a few things. I got that contract written up, typed up on WordPerfect for about $10, okay? I just typed it up on a WordPerfect. I would say it was an hour of work typing up that contract. I took it to a FedEx, and they did a carbon copy of it. So that was the main thing I had to do. And I don't need no fancy equipment. I didn't need any of that stuff. It was very successful. All I had to do was go find my people, somebody that's looking for a pet sitter. You do have to be honest. You're going into people's homes with their keys. You can't be ripping them off. You got to sit down and meet them and all of those kind of things. But I'll talk about that on some of my other videos. Okay, let's look at some of these other ones. These are restaurants. Again, I think you can open a restaurant a little cheaper than this. Get some retail space that's cheaper. And all you people that own restaurants, you can comment below and let me know. Same with the waxing spa. They're overpriced. You can do it cheaper. Basically, what you're paying for is a name. And if you need the name to help you with your marketing, then this might be the way to go. All right, look at this. Stretch Med Assisted Stretching. Oh, my Lord. For 30 grand? All right, I got to look at this. This is crazy. 30 grand. I mean, somebody might buy it. Somebody. Not me, but hey. Assisted stretching. Okay. All right. I think it's pretty hilarious. I mean, I could do this anybody could do this. Get some certifications in personal training. I'm like, are you serious? This is hilarious. You could do this in your basement with somebody. Just go get your proper certifications and even physical therapy training, and you could help people. You don't need 30,000. This is so hilarious. Oh my God. Birthday suit waxing spa. Get your esthetician license. Do it on your own. You don't need 80 grand. Painting. How about my painters out there? Do you need 50 grand to start painting people's homes? I don't think so. You just have a little computer to keep up with your invoices. No, you don't need it. All right. Here's another one. 60 grand, the Franchise Explorer. Okay. So I'm doing this for you right now. Can you all give me 60 grand for giving you Franchise Exploring? A free assessment. That's basically what I'm doing right now. We're just assessing these franchises. All right, same kind of thing. I think we're going to have part 3 because this is going into 20 minutes. A lot of these overlap one another. But anyway, we will do a 3rd video. Okay, so come back and we'll talk some more about some of these franchises. Give you some business ideas.